All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into Psalm 39.
Okay.
And it's a Psalm of David
Yeah.
addressed to the choir director, Jeduthun.
Uh-huh.
And it's really about how short life is and, and how do we deal with that.
Yeah.
And I think we can all relate to that, even if we're not like, super religious.
Right.
And we're using the New Living Translation from YouVersion.
Sounds good.
So right out of the gate, David's talking about how he's trying to be careful about what he says,
Right.
especially when he's around ungodly people.
Yeah, he decides to basically watch his actions and hold his tongue.
Right, to avoid sin.
Exactly.
But then it's like that backfires on him
Yeah, that's interesting.
because he ends up getting all frustrated.
Right, because even keeping silent about good things,
Yeah.
that kind of backfires too and just makes things worse.
Yeah, it's like holding it all in just makes it more intense.
It really does.
Have you ever felt that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like when you don't say something and it just eats away at you?
Yeah, like it just keeps building up inside until you have to let it out.
Yeah, and then he has this outburst where all these thoughts come pouring out.
Yeah, fueled by all that contemplation.
And then he starts thinking about how short life is.
Yes. And he actually prays to God to remind him of this.
To remind him that his days are numbered.
Exactly. He wants to be aware of his mortality.
And he compares the length of his life to like the width of a hand.
Right. Just a tiny measurement.
And a fleeting moment to God.
Yeah. And he even calls humans moving shadows.
Yeah. Like we're just passing through.
Yeah, we're here for a short time and then we're gone.
And he talks about how people spend their lives chasing after things.
Right. Accumulating wealth and possessions.
It's like, who are we really doing it for?
Yeah. In the end, it's all temporary.
So he's like, okay, Lord, where do I put my hope?
Right.
And his answer is, my only hope is in you.
Yes. It's a very powerful statement.
It's like he realizes that everything else is fleeting.
Exactly. So he turns to God for something lasting.
And then he asks God to rescue him.
Yes, specifically from his own rebellion.
And to spare him from being mocked by fools.
He doesn't want to be the object of ridicule.
But then he also acknowledges that he deserves to be punished by God.
Right, and this leads him back to silence.
It's like this cycle of struggling, realizing, and then seeking comfort.
Yeah, he goes through these ups and downs.
And it's interesting how he accepts that God is disciplining him.
Yeah, he sees it as a necessary part of his growth.
And he uses this image of a moth consuming precious things.
Right, which again emphasizes how fragile life is.
Everything can be destroyed so easily.
Exactly.
And then there's this really personal part where he cries out to God.
Yeah, he begs God to hear him and to see his tears.
And he talks about how he's just a temporary resident here.
Like a traveler passing through.
Just like his ancestors.
It's a powerful reminder that we're not here forever.
Have you ever thought about your life like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. It makes you appreciate the present moment.
And then he has this final wish before he dies.
Yeah, he wants to experience joy again.
Which is such a human desire.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to find happiness.
So this psalm, it's really a raw look at what it means to be human.
Yeah, it's honest and relatable.
It's about our limited time, the struggles we face, and the search for something to hold on to.
Yeah, something that gives us hope when everything else feels temporary.
And I think it's a question we all grapple with.
Absolutely.
When we're faced with our own mortality and the challenges of life, where do we find our hope?
It's something to think about.
So thanks for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.